And now, tonight's last word. The mayor of the city of brotherly love said this today about the front runner for the Republican presidential nomination.
He's an I mean, what do you, I apologize, Reverends. People in the religious community, I apologize. How can I take seriously any foreign policy idea from someone like him? I mean, it's impossible. So he has no idea what he's talking about.
The mayor could have said idiot, because a poll actually shows that that is the word that most voters commonly associate with Donald Trump. Idiot. Banning Muslims from entering the United States is not Trump's first unconstitutional idea about Muslims.
Should there be a database system that tracks the Muslims here in this country?
There should be a lot of systems beyond database. I mean, we should have a lot of systems.
One former Marine responded to that with this tweet. Hey, Donald Trump, I'm an American Muslim and I already carry a special ID badge. Where's yours? That former Marine, Taib Rashid, joins us now. Taib, that was, of course, your Marine ID that you were showing to Donald Trump there. Did you ever get a response from Donald Trump on Twitter? You know, because he responds to a lot of people.
Yeah, hi, good evening, Lawrence. Thank you again for having me. No, unfortunately, I never got a response. I'm still waiting for it. So anytime, Mr. Trump, you'd like to respond, I would welcome that.
Well, you know, I know that our audience was very impressed with your first appearance here, and I know people have been waiting for 24 hours now to hear your reaction to what Donald Trump said yesterday, this notion of banning Muslims from entering the United States, including in the first version of it, banning returning soldiers who are Muslim from entering the United States, banning American citizens from returning to the United States if they've just gone away for a week's vacation, if they are Muslim. That was the first version of it. What was your reaction to all that?
Well, I mean, Lawrence, what do you say? I mean, this guy is hijacking America from Americans. That's what I feel like. And, you know, this is the kind of hateful rhetoric that I feel is actually hurting America in multiple ways. Not only is it dividing communities, not only is it dividing, you know, people and widening the gap between Muslims and non-Muslims. My biggest concern is that it's actually weakening our armed forces, because, you know, when you don't have unity in the armed forces, that is the biggest threat. And allows for enemies of America to actually come and attack America. And this is where I would say the Ahmadiyya Muslim community and Muslims who believe in the Messiah, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian, this is where we're trying to focus. We're trying to focus on bringing Muslims and non-Muslims together to reach an understanding, to drive out fear and hate, and get to a point where we can respect each other, understand that we're all wanting the same thing. We want America to remain as the greatest country on earth. We want America to be on top of the world, and we want peace and justice for all. The last thing I'll say about this, Lawrence, is that, you know, Muslim communities in the U.S. are the biggest ally that we have to fight terrorists. If Mr. Trump and his ilk continue to, repeat this hateful rhetoric, what it's doing is completely alienating and neutralizing the best asset that America has to fight terrorism.
You know, last night in one interview, he was asked about, well, what about returning military personnel who are Muslim? And you could see in the moment he realized, oh, it was stupid to leave those out. So I guess I have to say they can come back in, which he then did.
Yeah, and that's exactly, that goes to show that, you know, he doesn't really think his ideas all the way through. You know, and this is where I would, again, you know, he's going to have his ideas. Nobody's going to stop him from saying what he believes or what he wants. But my appeal is to all the Americans out there. You know, there's a recent Pew survey that said that nearly 200 million Americans don't know a Muslim. My appeal is go out and meet a Muslim and get to know them.
Sergeant Taib Rashid, former Marine sergeant, gets tonight's last word. Thank you very much, Sergeant.
Thank you.